My name is Tyler Phillips, and I'm a character animator at DreamWorks, and I'm working on Rise of the Guardians.
My name is Ted T, and I'm an animator here at DreamWorks, and I'm currently working on Rise of the Guardians.
Manny!
Hello, my name is Manny Fragelus. Modeling lead at DreamWorks Feature Animation, currently working on Croods. 4 years ago, I started an animation conference in South Florida. It's called the Evolve CG Animation Conference and Job Fair.
Vintage clothing, vintage dancing, vintage clubs, just a lot of things that are vintage that really excite me.
I used to teach at CalArts for 5 years because I just felt like when I was up there, I really had always wanted help.
Something that I'm really passionate about in terms of helping students get a better understanding of what different studios are looking for. As a student growing up in Florida, I know what it's like to kind of feel left out. So this was my way and my attempt to kind of give back to the community.
I think a lot of animators are kind of obsessive, detail-oriented people, and that doesn't necessarily reflect in their clothing, but in something like some people collect cars, or some people collect toys and they collect like one particular toy, or they're really into one anime and they have like everything from that anime. That kind of analytical, detail-obsessed mind kind of helps with your animation. Just all the little minute details that really add realism to the animation.
I had this image of going in there and really being hopefully like an artistic leader, but people actually just need to talk a lot about what they're going through. Kids and students just need to kind of vent and know that it's going to be all right. A lot of outside forces are telling them, no, you can't. And no, I was there to kind of tell them, you can. You should. Now I teach online on ianimate.net. What fascinated me about that was the fact that I could have students from all around the world who might not ever have the chance to go to CalArts. They're so passionate and hungry and willing to stay up till literally 4 in the morning. You kind of owe them a lot of devotion when they're doing something like that.
About a year ago, close friends of mine started an online art school and called CG Masters Academy. And its sole purpose is to really help students from around the world that don't have access to amazing professionals, and it gives them the opportunity to learn from the best in the field.
Angela Lapito is the head of artistic development. She said, hey, it would be really fun if there was animators here who always wanted to try 2D but never got to do it, would have a chance to learn. The strange thing is the first time I've taught animators who already know how to animate really, really well, but they can't draw. It's fascinating. It's kind of like an experiment for me because I just wanted to see how that would feel, but it's also very entertaining to watch them struggle. No, that's not. It is kind of true.
I recently got into swing dancing, but yeah, Charleston, Lindy Hop. Lindy Hop was kind of the street dance of the time, kind of like breakdancing was in the 80s.
Mm-hmm. I love ice hockey. I'm a goalie, and goalies are really weird people because you get really OCD about all your gear and everything's on right, left skate, right skate, touch my goalposts in a certain order. I have to be on the ice first. A certain person has to sit beside me. I have to be the first one to go into the locker room.
Upon graduating, I had to get a job. I was living at home with my parents. At the time, the song Macarena was really big. You're really gonna make me do this? 1, Maca 2, Maca 3, Macarena?
My favorite fashion item is this thing. It's a watch chain with springs. I guess it's for people that are farsighted that need to, be able to bring the watch up to their face so they can read, the time.
Our mission were to sell these Macarena monkey dolls, door to door. One of the clients or potential places that I really wanted to try to sell some monkeys to was the Doubletree Grand Hotel. I walk into this office, and it was the admissions office for the college, for IFAC. And so I started pitching these monkeys to one of the ladies that was there, and she was like, "So is this what you're doing?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "But what do you like to do?" And I'm like, "Well, I love art, but I really don't know how to really approach it.
When I came to DreamWorks too, I kind of wanted to, I wasn't sure about the culture, I wasn't sure like how people would take that, and then I just slowly started like replacing different articles of clothing with something that I had in my closet that I was dying to wear. At some point, I was like, all right, this is cool, people really like this.
So she's like, well, actually, this is an art college. Have you thought about animation? I'm like, animation? What's that? Brought in my portfolio, and she was like, wow, you're really talented. You should really consider, you know, either fine arts or animation. I fell in love. That was it. Like, 3D was what I was meant to do. It was just this intoxicating experience. And her name was Maya. So
people generally seem very receptive to like strange things, especially in like a creative environment like this. So it's great. I think it's really neat.
Even though I didn't pursue the path that my dad wanted me to do, as a preacher or a pastor, you know, preaching the good word behind a pulpit, in a way, I find myself in that position when it comes to talking with students. You know, it's like in talking to young kids and helping move them and inspire them with my own experiences and my own story.
The harder you work, the more reward you get from the art that you see come alive.
It's like a big magic trick, right? You're just, no, really, that's all it is. You're doing the same thing as a magician does to an audience.
What we do is absolutely amazing.
It's super cool.
If it's something you're passionate about, you have to be willing to fight for it. I could get used to this. You guys should follow me around. It's like